Man, welcome back to another video, guys. I want to talk about the Bronny James and LeBron James criticism. If you don't know by now, I'm sure you know. The big thing is that Bronny's not ready for the NBA. My take on it is that who cares? I think that the most destructive part in all of this is not the criticism that Bronny James is getting. I think the most destructive part is what LeBron James has did to his boy, his son. There need not to be criticism at all. I don't think that the pressure of the public or the criticism that's coming as an onslaught via social media and the internet is the problem. Even if voices were censored against any type of criticism towards Bronny, I believe that the pressure of Bronny performing in the NBA is enough to crush anybody. Some of you guys that are sitting behind your computers, some of you guys that are sitting behind your desks or whatever, typing or making your videos, people like Ticket TV, there are others out there, but that's just one that comes to mind. I want to ask the question: why is it so important for you, people of your ilk, to feel the need to continuously talk about how he's not ready for the NBA, and then you dissect every inch of his game? If he misses a layup, if he misses a shot, you don't need to do that. What LeBron James did to Bronny is enough to crush Bronny. And I don't think it's still registering in many of you guys' heads. We don't need public opinion to bring down Bronny. What LeBron James did to Bronny is going to hurt Bronny in the long haul, psychologically. Deep down in his heart of hearts, we all know, Bronny knows this, that he got to the NBA off of his father's back. The bigger obstacle to overcome is, okay, I know I got here off of my dad's name. Now that I'm here, how can I prove that I deserve to be here? Well, if you are ready to be in the NBA, your game will show, because actions speak much louder than words. If you're not ready to be in the NBA, you will be exposed. People, ladies and gentlemen, let that be the indictment. Let that be the ultimate neutralizer and the indicator of whether Bronny deserves to be in the NBA or not. We all know he doesn't. There's no need to dissect his game. Wait till the real NBA season begins. I believe most of you guys are just making these videos because I think inherently most of you guys in your heart of hearts didn't like LeBron anyway, and so this was just another angle in which you can take to attack LeBron. Using his son as a pathway to get to LeBron. If you hate LeBron or you don't like LeBron, keep it about LeBron, but leave his son out of it. His son is just a innocent victim here. Now, you guys may say, how is he a victim? He got to be in the NBA where other players who tried to get there didn't get there. They had to go the hard route. He got it easy. Well, is it easy? Is it easy? You guys are just looking at it from the surface. Oh, he's in the NBA. He had it easy. No, he doesn't have it easy. Do you know the psychological trauma this young man is going through right now? He knows he's not supposed to be there, and he knows he's not playing well. Do you know how much pressure that is? Do you know how much pressure he's putting on himself? He may smile in front of the cameras and say the right things, but before he goes to bed at night, he has to live with this burden of, number one, being underneath the shadow of your father's name, LeBron James, and then you having to live up to those expectations. Not necessarily playing like your father, but playing good enough where people can say, okay, he's a decent NBA player. Up until now, he hasn't shown that. Does he have flashes? Of course he does. Personally, I feel like he can make an NBA roster because there's some guys in the league who are not as athletic as he is. I feel that his jump shot will come later, but I think that the NBA, in terms of Bronny's situation, they're using real life NBA experience to grow him, whereas other players had to take alternative routes, like perhaps going overseas, playing in the G League, things like that, or staying in college a little bit longer. And I don't think Bronny didn't take that route. He jumped straight to the NBA after his first year at USC. And I think that's where the pushback is. I believe that if he played long enough at USC, somehow, some way, he still would have ended up probably being drafted in the second round as well. I just think that him being drafted in the second round was sped up. And why that upsets people, I don't know. It doesn't upset me, because that's his burden to bear. That's the gorilla on his back. That's actually, if you don't like LeBron and you hate what LeBron is doing to the NBA, if you feel like he and Clutch Sports controls the NBA, and you think that the media is la media, and the media is all behind an agenda for LeBron James, pushing him to be the greatest player ever, to be better, whatever you think, this act of usurping the process. When I say usurping the process, we know that Bronny usurped the process. But that to me doesn't get me upset, because in life, many things happen that way. People talk about nepotism. People talk about, getting to your position in life based upon who you know, who you come in close contact with, the people in your small circle, people in your big circle, whatever, people who you know. It's usually who you know, not what you know, not your skill set. It's usually who you know. And I think that this situation is just much more it's much more intense because it's put on a bigger scale. It's magnified because it's LeBron James. I don't feel sorry for Bronny in terms of, he had a heart issue thing. I don't come at it from that angle. I only feel sorry for him in terms of what he's doing now, like the cross that he has to bear. Like, he has to carry this, the name Bronny, under your father's name, the shadow, a huge shadow that's just, it's overwhelming. I mean, there's no way that this guy doesn't feel the weight of the world on his shoulders right now. Even if there was no criticism, he still would have it. It's sort of like getting put, let's say you never went to law school, you never studied law, you know nothing about law, but yet now they've thrown you on a case. You have to defend a person that's been charged with murder, and you've never tried a law case. You know nothing about law, and here you are in the courtroom with cameras everywhere, similar to the OJ case, and you're just stuck there. You have to defend your client. He's the defendant. You're working for the defense, and the prosecution is well established. The prosecution team is well experienced, and they're about to eat your lunch. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about Bronny. He's stepping into a situation where he's not ready for it. Now, has he played basketball before? Of course, but NBA basketball, even summer league basketball, is much different than college basketball. And wait till the NBA season begins. Either two things are going to happen to Bronny. He's either going to implode and just be a total disaster, be a total wreck, or he's going to play above expectations, and which isn't saying much, because the expectation for Bronny right now is very low. The bar is set low. So anything that he does that's on the positive side is going to be hailed as something that's great. He over-exceeded expectations because the expectations are so low for him right now. So you're putting Bronny in a courtroom where he doesn't have the skill set and the verbiage and the experience to be a defense lawyer. He doesn't have that experience, but you keep throwing him out there into these cases in the courtroom. The more he looks like an idiot inside the courtroom, the likelihood that he is going to lose confidence. The likelihood that his confidence will start to wane, will start to dissipate quickly as he continually becomes embarrassed inside the courtroom because he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. That to me is where I feel sorry for Bronny. Which is why, if you seriously have a true hate for Bron, just let this play out. Because what LeBron James did to his son is set his son up for failure. Now, I know for many people like myself, I want to see the father and son combination work. Is it likely going to work? I'm leaning to no, only because, I mean, not this year. Maybe in the third year, but at that time, I don't know how well LeBron will be standing in terms of how he deals with Father Time, because Father Time is already knocking at the door, yet he's still competitive. But how will LeBron look in his third year, in Bronny's third year? LeBron James will be, what, 4 or 39, 44. He'll be almost 42 years old, I think, 41, 42 years old. So, I mean, that's yet to be seen. I can't tell the future. I can't predict the future, but in terms of what I see unfolding right now in current time, in present time, yeah, father and son may get on the court, but how it will look, and will it materialize to wins, will it materialize to success for the Lakers, is yet to be seen. I'm leaning on saying no. Now, is it theatrical? Is it drama? Is it great to see? Yes. But is it conducive to winning basketball? I don't think so. And I think that's where the hardcore Laker fans are upset. It's like, okay, they feel like a roster spot was wasted. They feel like LeBron James is ruining the Lakers' legacy because he's basically getting whatever he wants. But let's see. This test is going to be a huge indicator as to where Bronny's mindset is. If he can get through this dark stage in his life, and I call it a dark stage because as bright as it might seem, yes, he got drafted, whenever there's light, there's darkness that's on the horizon. There's darkness that's lurking. And right now, the darkness is hitting very hard because the criticism that he's getting and the amount of pressure that he puts on himself. I think you guys may think that, oh, Bronny has it easy. His dad makes it easy for him. He doesn't have anything to worry about. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. This is not something that, oh, I don't care, because if he didn't care, he wouldn't play hard. He wouldn't be out there. Any athlete wants to do well in their craft. Any athlete, especially when millions are watching, especially when hundreds and thousands of people are watching and expecting you to do well, and others that are expecting you to do horribly so they can justify and validate their arguments that you don't need to be in the NBA. So there's a lot of pressure that's there. Any young man that puts passion or puts amount of work into anything that they're doing, into any craft that they have passion for, is going to care. They're going to want to do well. So I don't think he doesn't play with when I see Bronny play, he plays with passion. And anybody who plays with passion does care. But of course, in front of the cameras, you can't let them see you sweat. You can't let them see you cry. You have to smile and say the right things. But when the cameras are off, before he goes to bed, he's thinking about this. He's like, damn, I can't make my dad look bad. I'm thrown in this situation. I got to play well. I got to play well. So that's my take on it, guys. I don't think that it's a big deal. I think people are we know the obvious. There's no need for people to make videos about Bronny is not ready. He'll be ready. I just think that the process of him getting ready is sped up because he's put, like I said with the courtroom analogy, like you're letting him learn on the job, which isn't fair, but the world doesn't operate on fairness. He's going to learn on the job. It's going to crush him mentally. It's going to kill his confidence because he's going to be embarrassed initially. But either A, he's going to come out a wreck, or B, he's going to come out the most strongest, the mental-minded athlete that we've ever seen. Because either the ambush of being exposed on a continual basis becomes so overwhelming for him that it becomes a burden that he cannot overcome, or he lets it eat him up, where he becomes so humble that he works harder and perfects his game and carves a niche for himself in the NBA. Two extremes can happen here. There's no middle ground here, and that's the huge risk that LeBron took by, paving the way for his son to enter the NBA prematurely. It's either gonna make Bronny great in terms of his mental mindset and focus. I don't mean being a great NBA player. I don't ever see him being a great NBA player. He can be a serviceable NBA player. But I'm talking about the psychology of the person. Because these basketball players are much more than basketball players. They're people at heart. So it's either going to make Bronny a stronger person in terms of his mental makeup, or it's going to crush him. And right now, if we can look back at this 10, 15 years later and look back at it, I'm not rooting for it. I don't want that. But the way it's set up where Bronny's going to be a wreck. He's going to be out the league. He's not going to be in the league very long. His younger brother Bryce may end up having a longer NBA career because of his height, because of his skill set. I would argue that Bryce is a little bit better right now than Bronny. But give Bryce a couple of years. Let Bryce get to Bronny's age and get some more experience. His athleticism will come, and he'll fill out his body. And I think overall, Bryce will be a better NBA player than Bronny. But I just feel real bad for the kid, Bronny, because he's stuck between the rock and the hard place. Like, what kid wouldn't take the opportunity to be in the NBA? What is he supposed to say? No, Dad, I know I'm not good enough. I don't want to go to the NBA. No, he's going to go. But going to the NBA, this is what it comes with. The amount of pressure that he's under. Again, it's on the job training. I've never done this job before, but I'm going to throw your ass out there. Good luck. And everything is coming at him so fast, but we'll see. I mean, he has a father that can buffer many of these negative things that can come at Bronny, but there's only so much Dad can do. At some point, son has to grow up to be the adult and be a man, be a young man, and get out from the shadow of his father and be his own person. And I think that him being on the same team with his father, he'll never, when I say he, I'm talking about Bronny, he'll never get the respect of a young man or respect of an NBA player, because he's always going to be viewed as a person that's being coddled by his father. He's always going to be viewed as a boy. When you enter the league, you're supposed to be viewed as a young man. And I think the best thing that can happen to Bronny is if he went to a different team and created his own identity. Right now, it just seems like he's being overly protected by his father. But even the overprotection by his father can't stop the demons and the pressures that this young man is under. All right, the weight of the world is on this man's shoulder, and I don't wish that upon anybody. And I don't think it's Bronny's fault. I think it's the father's fault. The only criticism that should come is what LeBron James did to the son. There's no criticism that should come Bronny's way. Bronny's just taking the opportunity that's provided to him, as we should all do. If an opportunity is given to anybody in life, you should take it. Bronny took it. I don't care if Bronny goes 0 for 8 and he doesn't score that many points. What do you expect? Was he turning heads in the NCAA when he was in college? No. So what do you think, he's going to jump right into the NBA and start turning heads and people are going to be like, oh my God, he's a great player? No, he wasn't great at USC. Okay? He wasn't great at USC. So what do you think? He's going to be great in Summer League? He's going to be great in the NBA? No. We saw that coming. People are talking about the obvious. It's not an epiphany. It's not revelatory that he's struggling in Summer League in terms of his shooting percentage. Now, there are other facets to basketball. He's a good defender, but people want to see him score points. But basketball is much more than that. There are certain players that are just put in the game, like Patrick Beverley, just to defend. Patrick Beverley is not put into the game to score points. Can he score? Of course. But his main insertion, the purpose of him being inserted on the floor is never, oh, we need some points. It's to defend. Maybe Bronny can carve a niche as a defender, as a Patrick Beverley type player. I don't know, but we'll see. You know, but even Patrick Beverley in high school was an average 30-something points a game. So Bronny didn't do that. But I mean, let's keep it in context. Bronny played for a team that had plenty future NBA players on their team. So it wasn't like he's the star player on the team. There were many other good players on the team, so Bronny couldn't go out there and average that many points. He still had to play within the confines of the game, and he played on a very good team. It's like an all-star team. Everyone's gonna have double-figure points. You're not gonna have one guy scoring 30-something a game. You know, everyone's gonna eat. Everyone's gonna score their fair share of points. But we'll see how this goes. I mean, in my heart of hearts, I want it to work. I want LeBron. I want Bronny and LeBron to play well. I want the Lakers to do well. But with a rookie head coach, with all the drama that's surrounding the team, they will get a lot of eyes on them. They'll be on television more, which is good for Lakers. I mean, they're getting a lot of views. But is it about winning or getting attention? You know, and if they can have it their way, idealistically speaking, to have your cake and eat it too would be to get all the attention and win games. But right now, it seems like they're just playing the attention card. They're not going to be contenders next year. I said this before in a previous video. I see them being in the same position that they were last year, with more voices, with more scrutiny and more criticism, because if anything bad happens, if they go on a loser streak, they're always going to look back at, hey, you drafted Bronny, you could have drafted another player to help your team. You could have made some trades to help your team. So there you go. But I'm sure LeBron James is ready for it. I think he understands. He understood the ramifications that came with such a decision. So I think that he's ready for it. But I think he doesn't care. But this is something that he's always wanted. He always wanted to play long enough to play with his son. And his dreams has come true. But the question is, has Bronny's dream became true? Some of you guys may say yes, because Bronny may have always wanted to play in the NBA. Yes, everybody's dream should come true if you've earned it, if you've earned the spot to get there. And in terms of Bronny's position, he did not earn it. So it doesn't seem like your dream became true. Even though it became true, deep down in your heart of hearts, you know that you never really worked hard to get it. So it becomes sort of, you feel as if what you're doing serves no purpose. It's like, okay, I know I'm here, but I know I didn't really deserve it. See, it feels much better if you've put in the hard work, the blood, sweat, and tears behind it, the hard work to get there. Not saying that Bronny doesn't work hard, but to work hard and to know that the craft that you've been working at has developed and matured to the point where it's actually now being played out in real time in games. Whether it's working on your shots. Let's say you had a growth spurt and things just worked out your way, and everything you've worked on is starting to materialize and come to fruition. And when you go on the basketball court and play against competition, everything that you worked on is starting to connect, and you're dominating. And then you make it to the NBA. That's more fulfilling than just getting to the NBA because my father got there, because I'm getting there because of my father's name. To me, that dilutes that diminishes the excitement of getting your dreams fulfilled, because you got there taking a shortcut. What makes achieving goals so exciting and making people have that sort of euphoric feeling is the hard work you put into it, and knowing that when you got there that you definitely earned it. If it was a shortcut, you're just like, shit, I'm glad I'm here now, but you really never reap the full benefits in terms of the excitement that you would get if you truly earned it. So that's my take on that. Everybody needs to just get off of Bronny. It's not his fault. He's just taking advantage of the opportunity that was afforded to him. And saying that he's not playing well in summer league, we all have eyes. Any basketball fan or any basketball fanatic can read the stat sheet and can see what's going on. We don't need to be reminded that he's not shooting well. We know that already. I just think that a lot of people who did not like LeBron are using Bronny as an instrument, as another tool to attack LeBron James. LeBron James has, whether it's done intentionally or unintentionally, he has simply created an avenue and given his critics more ammunition to come at him with. And that's what this is all about. This has nothing to do with logical criticism. This has everything to do with motives. Even Kwame Brown, who is speaking out against Bronny, it's coming from a place of ill motive. Now, he's saying he's doing his job, but I think that deep down he has a little bit of bitterness in his soul because he was a first round pick and it didn't work out well for him. Now he's looking at a guy who didn't deserve to be there, and they're trying to make it work for him. You don't think that there's some type of, ill motive behind Kwame Brown's critique? You think it's all genuine? No, nobody's critique is genuine. Not when you're consistently, repeatedly hitting this guy's head with the hammer every game. I mean, oh, he needs to shoot more. Oh, he's afraid. He doesn't need to be there. He's this and this. Why? We understand that already. Don't get on a camera talking about things that are obvious. We get it. You don't want to make a video about, oh, Michael Jordan is a great player. It's like, okay, what's your point? Everyone knows that. You're talking about Bronny struggling in summer league and saying that he's not an NBA player is not something that people didn't know. There's a difference. I think even the people that are rooting for Bronny, they know he's not ready. But that's where the spark of rooting for him comes from. It's like that underdog mentality, right? That underdog that people love to root for. Many Americans love to root for the underdog. So that's why people are drawn to the story. Like, they know he's not supposed to be there. So to see him excel on that level is exciting for those people who are rooting for Bronny. Same thing, remember when Jeremy Lin came in? Not that Jeremy Lin didn't deserve to be in the NBA, but we've never seen an Asian player of Asian descent come into the NBA and wreak havoc like that and make a splash like that. So hey, people were excited about that. A guy who wasn't, highly drafted, overlooked, went to a university that's not known for bringing out basketball players, and here Jeremy Lin is in the NBA tearing it up. People love stories like that. I think people are rooting for Bronny because they know deep down he's not supposed to be there, but they want to see him excel. Not because people think he's supposed to be there. Okay? So that's my take on it, man. Leave a comment to me what you guys think. Do you guys think that he is ready? And even if you think he is ready or not ready, what do you think about my my take on this? Do you think I'm in the right to feel the way I feel, or do you think that I'm off base? Do you think that the criticism for Bronny is warranted, or do you think that it's really overkill? Leave a comment, tell me what you guys think. All right, thank you guys for listening. Until next time, bye.